Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Martina and I lost 100 pounds in 12 months. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the subject, new mind, new body, yada, 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 yada. And basically what I mean by that is your self-talk really impacts your weight loss. So your self-talk is very important. I mean, not just your weight loss, to be honest, your self-talk impacts your whole entire life. Your self-talk is like your soundtrack, the soundtrack to your life. And the soundtrack can either be really encouraging, really loving, really motivating, or it can ruin your fucking life like mine did. I used to talk to myself like absolute garbage. I used to talk to myself like shit. I would constantly berate myself, constantly be mean to myself, constantly tell myself how fat I am, constantly tell myself what a failure I am. I just, I took on the way in which somebody used to speak to me as a child, and I just took that as like the way to talk to myself, like continually telling myself what a piece of crap I was. And lo and behold, my life felt pretty crappy, because if you have someone constantly telling you you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit, and that person happens to be you, you're gonna feel like a piece of shit, and it's gonna be really hard to get anything done. It's gonna be really hard to reach your goals. And if you are like me and you're a binge eater or an overeater, it's gonna make it really hard to lose weight, because your mindset really determines your behavior, and your self-talk really impacts your habits. The way that you talk to yourself really impacts your habits. So self-talk is very important, and it's a thing that I changed 2 years before I actually lost any weight. So before I lost anything at all, I changed my self-talk, because I was about to lie and say because I just knew how important it was. No, I didn't. I just knew I was talking to myself like crap, and it was really painful, and so I needed to stop that. And then eventually stopping that led to me having the internal fortitude, because self-talk is so destructive, that I had enough energy and enough space to actually go for my goals, because I wasn't talking to myself like I was a failure every single day. So the first thing that I would say for you guys, the first thing that might help is just assess, just sit back, listen. Do you know what I'm saying? Have a little listen. What are you saying to yourself? Just pay attention to how you talk to yourself. Are you calling yourself names? Are you belittling yourself? Are you pointing out your flaws at every turn? Are you comparing yourself to other people, which is very easy to do today? I mean, no, not today as in this day. I mean, like in these times, where we have pictures of people just looking so perfect and looking so good, and we get to see what they eat and where they live, and you can compare yourself on so many different things. Like, before it was just like you could see somebody on the street and be like, oh, she's prettier than me, or this person looks better than me, or they, but now it's like you can compare like fucking cereal. You can compare like utility rooms with other people, like just stuff you shouldn't know, stuff you shouldn't be able to compare, you can now compare. But anyway, I'm getting off track. In order to improve your self-talk, you first have to kind of know where you're starting from. So I would say to just pay attention for a week or so to how you speak to yourself, and start writing it down. Start writing down how you talk to yourself, and then ask yourself, where did that way of thinking or talking to yourself come from? Is this from you, or is it from a caregiver in your early years? So for me, that was the case, and I was just like, whoa, is this me talking, or is this somebody else? And you might have taken that person out of your life, but if you're still allowing the way in which they spoke to you to be the way in which you speak to yourself, then they're still there, girl, and you need to get them out, because that's not helpful. If it's an encouraging voice, great, but if it's not, you need to take it out. And so assessing how you talk to yourself and where that came from, and then deciding if that person is right. Do you value that person's opinion? Do they fucking matter? Are they even in your life anymore? Do you want them in your life? Like, just assess, like pay attention to yourself, because a big part of being in overeating and binging is about having the blinkers on and not looking and not paying attention and not giving yourself the nourishment that you deserve. You're overeating, but you're undernourished in so many other ways, in terms of how much emotional support you're giving yourself, how much maybe financial support, other things, you know what I mean? Like, other things go by the wayside when you're just so concentrated on getting enough food, which is actually too much food. The biggest tool that I found that helps with self-talk is affirmations. Affirmations are the real source. They are the source to improving your self-talk. They are the source to just improving your relationship with yourself, building self-esteem, building confidence, giving yourself that extra bit of oomph. Like, they are really life-changing, and you can listen to them online. You can create your own on voice notes and then listen to them on your phone. But just try to listen to affirmations every single day, even if you feel stupid, even if it feels just like, oh, like, why am I doing this? Like, the first day that I did it, I was just like, girl, this is the ghetto. Like, I don't want to listen to these. This is boring. I want to listen to music. Or, you know, like, I don't know. And it just made me feel uncomfortable. Like, it made me itch. Like, I was just like, ugh. Like, I hate listening to it. And it was like, you are beautiful. I don't mean, not you are, because that's not the right way of doing it. All your affirmations should be I am, by the way, not like I'm going to be. They should be like, I am beautiful. I am this. It has to be present tense so that you can take it in. Does that make sense? Like, you already are that thing. You don't want to listen to affirmations that are like, I'm going to be beautiful. I'm going, like, because then that's still putting it in the future, and it's still then sort of shitting on now you. Like, you want to kind of uplift the now you. Affirmations really help you to just start acting like that girl, which brings me to my next thing, which is act like that girl. Like, improving your self-talk is bolstered by acting like the person you're talking about. So if you are listening to affirmations that, for example, are saying, I am determined, okay, act like a determined bitch. Wake up and be like, let's get it cracking. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, get shit cracking. Like, start to act like the person that you want to be. That is how you're going to become her, is by taking the kind of actions that you know that she takes, or they take, or he takes. I don't know who's watching this video, but you know what I mean? Like, I call everyone girl. I'm really sorry, but it's just a habit. But yeah, so just take on the actions of the person that you want to be that girl, be that bitch. Like, that's what, for me, eating healthy and going to the gym, and even just like putting on these little nails and like having my hair done and putting my makeup on, it's a part of the ritual of being that girl. Because I had if you guys saw me when I was deep in my depression and deep in my overeating, I wouldn't brush my hair. I might put a picture. Okay, now I think I'm going to put this picture of me in a white dressing gown. And this is when I was at a point in my life where I felt so low. I was so depressed. I would, the lady at the Chinese food shop, like, she was like, bitch, don't even say anything. How I know what you finna order. Like, she knew my order. Like, I didn't have to say shit to her. Like, I would just, she knew me by voice alone. And she'd be like, let me get you your shit, girl. Like, because I was just constantly overeating. Like, all I did was overeat. I just like lay in bed, cried, and overate. Like, that's all I was doing. I wouldn't brush my hair. I wouldn't put makeup on. I mean, you can see in that picture that I just showed that, like, I had neglected myself to such an extent that, yeah, it was just sad. It was really sad. But it was because of the way I was talking to myself. And when I changed the way that I talked to myself, I'm not saying just change the way I talk to myself, change my body. No, I still had to fucking eat in a calorie deficit, go for walks, drink my water, go to bed. But it really did make a big difference to me, and it really did make a big impact on me and how I felt about myself when I just started talking to myself nicely. And you have to remember, like, you are just like a child in so many ways. Like, no matter what age you are, like, there's a part of you that is so vulnerable, that is so precious and worthy of love, obviously, and requires and that yearns to be cherished and to be nourished by kind words. You know, we're all little kids inside, you know, and so just how you would talk to like a 4-year-old child that you really love, that's how you need to talk to yourself. Like, and that's why you guys can't see this, but I have like a picture of like little Tina on my over my fireplace, because it just reminds me that I'm that little girl and I need the protection that that little girl needed. And you need to do the same thing. Like, you need to protect yourself, you need to love yourself, you need to take care of yourself, and a big part of that is how you talk to yourself. And the way in which you talk to yourself, when it becomes more positive, it does make it a lot easier to make positive choices for yourself, including the type of choices that help you to lose weight. You can do it, guys. You can change the way that you talk to yourself, and you can lose weight. You can stick to your goals. It's just a matter of changing the soundtrack, okay? You want a winner's Rocky style soundtrack to be doing your shit to. A lot of people, when they start a diet, they already have decided that they're going to fail. They've already talking about, oh, I'm probably going to fail, probably going to fuck it up. Even if they're not saying it out loud, they're already thinking. You have to go into it with a positive mindset. You have to know, you know what, it probably is going to be hard, and maybe I'm going to have a few hard days, but I'm not going to give up. You know, I might have hard days, and I have hard days. I have hard days all the time. I have days where I'm just like, I just feel like eating all day, or I'm just so stressed, or I'm just so this, I'm just so that. But along with those hard days, I now have this soundtrack, this self-talk that's like, you know what? you've gone through a hard day before and you've been okay and you didn't go to food and you were able to make it through and you didn't die. You didn't die without the food. You made it through to the other side and you were fine. So you can do it again. Like, it's such almost a slight change, almost a subtle change. I mean, that's a lie. But like, it's not that subtle, because I'd be like, you fucking fat bitch, you can't do it. And now I'm like, it's fine, it's okay. You can do it. Have a nap. Have a small snack that fits into your calorie deficit. Like, it is actually quite big. But like, maybe for you guys, it'll be a bit more subtle. But it is, I'm just saying, it's not a radical thing. It's just like, instead of talking to yourself like you talk to your worst enemy, talk to yourself like you talk to your best friend. Like, if your best friend was like, oh my God, girl, like, I was supposed to eat 2 apples and I ate 3. You'd be like, girl, don't sweat that 3rd apple. Like, it doesn't matter. And let's be realistic. It's not going to be an apple. It's going to be a chocolate bar. Don't sweat that 3rd chocolate bar, girl. It's fine. Like, don't worry about it. Don't spend all day crying about it. Like, I fucking would when I was in my shit. Like, I'd be like, I've messed it all up. And then I just like collapse for months. So that's basically it. If you change your mind, you change your body. And you need to change your mind in order to change your body. Because if you don't, you're going to get to the smaller weight and you're going to still be talking shit about yourself. You're not going to be happy. And that's when you hear people who are like, oh, you know, I lost weight and I wasn't happy. It's like, well, weight loss is not supposed to make you happy. Plot twist. Like, weight loss is just supposed to make your body smaller. You are supposed to make you happy. Your life is supposed to make you happy. Your partner is supposed to make you happy. Your relationship is supposed to make you happy. Where you live is supposed to make you happy. All the other shit is supposed to make you happy. Like, losing weight doesn't equal happiness. It just equals a smaller body and a healthier body, we hope. You know, that is it. So don't look to weight loss to make you happy, because it's not going to work out for you. It's the way you talk to yourself. Like, I can still get myself into a fucking funk by talking to myself and being like, oh yeah, you've lost weight, but look at your loose skin, look at this, look at that. Do you get what I'm saying? So that just shows that losing weight doesn't make you happy. It's the way in which you talk about yourself. It's the way in which you talk to yourself. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Let me know what else you want me to talk about. I really want to help you guys. I really want to help you to get to your goals, and I really just want to give you content that you enjoy and that nourishes you and that gives you something new and something inspirational. Do you agree with me? Do you think that new mind equals new body? Let me know in the comments. Obviously, like and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell our friend about my channel, girl, because your girl be spitting. And also, I want to help everybody that needs the help. I do not want you to feel stuck. I felt so stuck for so long. I do not want you to feel stuck. I don't want your friends to feel stuck. I don't want anyone to feel stuck, because feeling stuck is bloody depressing. So yeah, comment, like, subscribe. Also, if you want to know more about me and my story, then I have my 10-step weight loss guide that you can buy down below in the description box. It has my story in, which I do go quite into depth. I was a bit afraid to go so in depth with it, because I'm just like, oh, I'm really putting myself on the line, but at the same time I really want to help people. So yeah, my story is in there at the beginning, and then after that it's 10 steps that I took, practical steps to lose weight that I think are really, really helpful. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. You take care. Bye.